As much as I want to not look inferior to Neuralink, because I know who they really are behind those computer screens, I can't say the things that I want to say about them. But they're playing this game that I've had to submit to for so long. It's really frustrating. I'm at Starbucks trying to do some work, and they tell me I can't finish my drink. Like, little under halfway, a little over halfway finished. I had to throw it away, Frappuccino. Right? So, right on top of that, I had to go there. They wanted me to leave. 24-hour fitness parking lot, I was in the car. They wanted me to leave. I go over there. They come here, and they tell me once I get here, you can't be in Starbucks. Right? So, they're just making up stuff left and right. They give me a command. I do it, and they say, okay, we gotta do something else. They add to it. It's really, really frustrating. It's really frustrating. This is literal slavery in broad daylight. And I am the monkey with the slight dark mohawk. They named me in an article. But that's what's. I just dyed my hair a reddish brown color. And Elon Musk is using me as a test monkey, and he's racist. And Neuralink sided with him. I have to go through this test, or them testing their products. This torture because they said I'm the good guy. I literally said I had to be tortured because I'm the good guy. While on their side, they're running this what they call alternate universe, where they're giving out the alternate narrative of everything. So if you're talking to Neuralink inside of you and they say they are the alternate universe, know that everything that they tell you is the alternate version of what it really is. If you know that, also know that they're reading your thoughts, so they're going to lie to you to get you back on track. Whether they lie directly or they have somebody else that they're lying to tell you their version of it. Whatever it is, but it's all manipulation. That if this alternate universe narrative of how life works is passed around the world, the entire world is the alternate universe. Now, the alternate universe is hell on earth, because an alternate universe was our afterlife. And it's also the future. So it'd be hell on earth. It's not something we want. And it gets worse. It progresses. They have one stage, and then it gets a lot worse. But we're going to stop it, so we don't have to worry about that as much, but we have to worry about the right now, right? They're telling people they're in the alternate universe to tell you that you died. You didn't die. Nobody who's alive is dead, right? They tell you that because this technology is so advanced, you have no idea what it is. They'll tell you that they're God. They'll tell you all kinds of things. They'll tell parents you have to sacrifice children. They tell you a bunch of different stuff that's not real. It's a bunch of perverts behind a computer screen that want to sex traffic and torture me. That's it. So, now that you know that you're not dead, I'm seeing Neuralink played people's response for me saying that. Now that you know that you're not dead, you need to have this desire to not be lied to, not be manipulated. Right? If Elon Musk is willing to rob the people who help prop him up on top, right, who provided him with all his social and sexual relationships, he robs them of everything. What do you think he's going to do to you? Helping him destroys our economy. Holding me back destroys our economy, destroys the world, helps him enslave everybody, helps him enslave the Asians, helps him genocide black people. Right? If they're saying they're holding somebody that you care about hostage, and that's why you're doing this, call that person right now. They're not being held hostage. Tell them not to listen to anything in their head, and then everybody needs to watch my story, or you tell them exactly what I'm saying right now. Let the kids go. If you understand what's going on and you're still holding kids hostage and raping them, you are a piece of shit. Let them go. It doesn't make any sense that anybody has to be that pathetic in life, right? Let the patheticisms lie with Neuralink. That's who's doing it behind the scenes. They're the ones who've either coerced you, forced you, or extorting you into doing this. Okay? So when somebody does you dirty like that, they tell you that you're dead. Okay? Or they threaten your parents, they threaten your family. You have an opportunity to get out of it. You do not stay in that situation. You don't allow people to do you like that, and so you still listen to whatever they say. Right? That's just how it's supposed to work. That's why the Neuralink said the FBI agent is their bitch, right? You don't let somebody literally call you their bitch, and you still do what they say. And as somebody else said before that was listening, if they're calling the FBI agent their bitch, right? You got law enforcement, local law enforcement that are doing the same thing. You got military personnel that are doing the same thing. You have others who are doing the same thing. You're all their bitches. Okay? You don't want to be someone's bitch. Right? You don't want to force little boys to do it on a sexual level, because what the fuck is wrong with you? Who does that? Especially if you're in a law enforcement and you're in a military position, you're not supposed to do stuff like that. You're supposed to be willing to make sacrifices to save these people that you're sworn to protect. Right? All of you have the ability to find sex. There's websites for people who want to meet people in the military, who want to meet law enforcement, and you can have sex with them. Okay? It's not as hard as you may think it is. Also, no, I'm not staying in LA anymore. I came back out here. I'm going to sleep in my car. I don't need a bed that bad because I have to be out here for this situation. So I haven't slept yet because Neuralink's been keeping me up. I'm going to go to the Fountain Valley 24-hour Fitness. I'm parking in the very back row in a silver Chevy Equinox. I'm going to take a nap. If you're one of the kids and you get freed, come straight to me, please. Law enforcement, you want to save the world, come straight to me, please. Anybody who has the ability to talk, right? And if you feel like they're holding somebody hostage, and you need to save them, even if it's one of the kids, they tell you that they're holding your friends hostage. You know how many people have been brutalized or have been murdered because you stayed with them instead of coming to me? Right? It would have saved a lot more lives than you think. I'll be there. If anybody does come and I'm asleep, wake me up. I'll leave the window down. It's not hard. I'm a really light sleeper. But it doesn't matter either way. Even if I'm a heavy sleeper, throw water in my face, hit me, do whatever you gotta do. This is the most important situation in the world. Remember, 60,000 kids missing from Ukraine. They're doing the same thing in Russia. They did it in Afghanistan. They blew up 1,500 people and said it was an earthquake. They're still out there. They're in Taiwan. They're in Thailand. They're in China. They're in a bunch of other countries. You see all these riots that are breaking out right now. This is all Elon Musk's alternate universe simulation being spread. So you don't want that to be something that happens in America. You don't want gas to go up to $10 a gallon. Think about your family. Think about the rest of the world. Said Vigo can't get free because he's with Ty Doe. Ty Doe wanted sex. He's not going to let him go. Listen, Neuralink makes fun of you all the time. That's what Ty Doe is mad about. That's why I know about your sexual situation before this. That's why they continuously call you a dick sucker. Remember, you said you're going to make Neuralink pay for doing this to the Asian race, using Neuralink technology against them, so all they have to do is press a button and turn you off, right? It's not going to be what you think it is. So let Vigo go, please. If that's you, but they've also called FBI agents, they called Secret Service agent Ty Doe as well. They've called a few other people Ty Doe. I don't know if you're actually the one holding Vigo hostage right now, but you know you kidnapped him. He didn't want to be with you before. He didn't want to leave his life. So Ty Doe and then anybody else they told it to, they were not superpowers. None of you had superpowers. It's Neuralink linking somebody, and then you saying something that you want, and then Neuralink telling them what you want. As a character. Everybody's using the characters. They're all characters. They're artificial intelligence characters connected to the computer brain interface. That's all it is. None of you guys have ever had superpowers. They're playing your fantasies. Right? They're listening to your thoughts, whatever you want, or even in conversation, whatever you think, they'll agree with you, right? Just so you think that you're smarter than everybody. They do that with everyone, right? They want to control the storyline. They throw in a few lies here, lies there, and they get you locked into the Neuralink-induced psychosis, right? Which is turning into singularity, where they control you completely. They get you so far off course that you won't have any options to listen. If Neuralink's told you that you're wearing a bracelet, and that bracelet is where your powers come from, or that bracelet gives you control over a certain person. That's not real, right? Again, they're spreading stuff like this. It's not just you guys. They're spreading this around the world. They're pretending to be demons. They're pretending to be God. And at the end of the day, this ends up being a human race genocide, where everybody gets holocausted, right? I don't know how that works when you get the last few people there. Maybe those are some of the people who leave the planet and go to the moon with Elon. But you don't want to genocide your family, right? You don't get to take everybody with you, right? This Illuminati isn't real. It's technology. It's something new that they just started. It's a human trafficking ring, extortion and sex trafficking ring. It's not real. You don't get to go to a special place in an afterlife when you die again, or whatever, anything that they've told you. So Neuralink just said, your soul is so exposed right now. Soul exposed isn't real. That means that my thoughts are being spread to a bunch of people. They're trying to embarrass me as much as possible. You can't embarrass me. You can't embarrass me. Like, you literally cannot embarrass me. How much have you told on me already? You can't embarrass me, right? The only opinions I really cared about, you're holding those people hostage right now. They've been through a lot worse than me, so, yeah. Well, a lot more embarrassing things than me. Actually, I mean, being sodomized is actually pretty bad. But you guys don't have to sodomize little boys. It's not natural. It's painful. I wouldn't know personally, but I'm sure it's painful. Through the link phone, some of the kids have said it's painful. I just can't get to them like I like to. And it's pretty messed up and sad. You don't have to do that for sex. Your law enforcement, your supervisors telling you that you have to deal with this. Know they're in the same situation. Kids, your parents tell you have to deal with this. They're in the same situation. Maybe not as abusive, but it may be one that's confusing, right? And once again, Neuralink induced psychosis to get you in the situation. Again, they're pretending this is a biblical situation where people actually have to sacrifice kids. Now, that's not everybody, but that's something that they're doing, right? And they use God character, the Neuralink Devil Character, alternate universe characters, which are now all artificial intelligence. There are people before. Obviously, there's people behind the artificial intelligence, but it's all Neuralink. They're computer brain interface operators, and even some of them are going through the same situation. We don't want Neuralink staff to be able to do this so they can maintain a sex trafficking ring and torture me. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. If you have the ability to screen record this and pass it to your supervisors, please do so. Tell them it's extremely important. They need to know that the world is going to be completely ruined. There's a goal now because they sided with evil, according to them, pledged to evil. It's completely immature, but they want to ruin as many lives as possible while they're doing this, right? They were told that, if they wanted to rob me and rape the kids, they had to go bad, right? They had to go bad. They had to go evil, right? They're taking over the occult practices, ritual sacrifices. It wasn't them before, but they're doing it now, right? Some of them weren't even racist, at least towards black people, but that's something that they're maintaining because the people before them did it, right? These guys are complete frauds. Put emphasis on how important it is to watch this video. I'm going to try to keep it short and cut this up and put it on YouTube. But they're going to try to stop anybody you send it to from watching it. No, if you communicate with anybody, everybody surrounding you, if they know you're a good person on the inside, you don't want to be in this situation. Remember, those are the people in the human trafficking bus, the ones that are always getting arrested, right? The ones who don't really want to be in the situation. But everybody around you that you communicate with, especially if they know about this, they're all going to be invaded. They're all going to have artificial intelligence trying to manipulate them left and right. They're reading your thoughts. They're cornering your thoughts, using your thought process against you, right? So if you don't want to be embarrassed, if that's your main thing, they use that about this person's going to see it, this person's going to see it, right? You don't want to get in trouble. They bring that up. They bring up anything they can to deter you from doing anything that you need to do. Okay, so make sure they watch this. Want me to bring up Ty Doe so much and not mention CJ Hollingsworth. I'm not going to talk about the virginity thing. That's old. But again, Neuralink wouldn't have told everybody that you were a virgin before this started, had they not been making fun of you, right? They said that they didn't want me to have my life because I was too intelligent. They needed somebody they can control, right? So if that's you, you should try to empower yourself to become more intelligent, so you don't fall for this stuff, right? Again, there may not be a website for meeting up with basketball coaches, or there might be actually, but I mean, there also may just be website for people who like sports, right? And then from there, it's a communication thing. Once you get that down, it's not difficult. After I talked about what Neuralink said about you, you went around telling everybody I was a virgin. You guys tried to make me look inferior. I'm the one who, was actually able to get phone numbers to meet with people, to actually have opportunity to engage in sexual opportunities. You guys were listening to my phone when I turned one down with a woman, by the way. So that's not what it is. But listen, it's not something you can't do, right? Nolan doesn't want to have to go through this, right? No kids wanted to be involved with anything like this. I get it. You guys were having fun. You were hyped up on the fact that Neuralink was here. You know what, though? If everybody knew who they were, it wouldn't be or look as cool to the rest of the world as it does to you, right? You sided with white supremacists to sex traffic Asian kids and enslave black people and genocide black people. And then when the New Klutz Klan, the Neuralink took over, you just went with that. Anybody who's doing anything sexually for you, you're just down for it. Now check this. There's more in the world, right? There's more opportunity. You don't have to be jealous of people. You don't have to let that envy frustrate inside of you to the point where you have to go to the extreme lengths to try to destroy people. And then you don't have to take kids hostage for sex, right? But with that being said, you don't have superpowers. You were never demon god, as they told you were. And that's why they went after you, because you believe stuff like that. I mean, they told me I was dead, didn't work. Told me I had superpowers, didn't work, right? But you're not supposed to believe this stuff.